that the security that they're getting in the States, they will be downgraded to the point where they might not be getting any security at all unless they pay from their pocket. And that's exactly what the quoting was when I was reading this particular news article from that particular source. It is becoming absolutely a nightmare for them, for both Meghan and Harry. And if you do not know, when they traveled to New York last time, and you have seen the security that they were getting, it was very, very unprofessional, very much of an amateur security that they got. And what appeared to me was that the security arrangement was done by the organizers, and when they do, you can imagine it is not going to be top notch the way Meghan and Harry want, at least. New York trip was filled with all kind of chaotic statements they made, especially coming from Meghan and Harry, both of them. And also they kept a very low profile. If you have not noticed, Harry was not at the main event. What Harry did was he was actually going from one place to another without his security or Meghan's security entourage. And it was so low that people started questioning whether Harry and Meghan went back to California on their separate ways. And this is why we are saying, or why I believe this source who claims that this security in the States, they also have gotten downgraded after what happened in London courts. Now, Harry obviously is not going to stop talking about this. I want you to take a listen at this one first.
I have had it described to me, once people knew about the facts, that this is an good old-fashioned establishment stitch-up, and that's what it feels like.
Absolute joke. So not a surprise that the British public and actually all of the mainstream media have finally had enough. The Mail on Sunday splashing on this bombshell new poll that says the public now feel exactly how I have for many years. Just strip them of their HRH titles altogether.
Okay, so this is where we need to really focus on at the moment. The British public, the British opinion, their voices, because they are being heard loud and clear. Not necessarily by the people of or the government of the United States, but also the people in the government in UK, especially the monarchy. It was loud and clear. King Charles, one of the main reasons why he did not provide Harry or did not intervene as Harry wanted, was because he knew that the British public, they will rise up and they will become very, very agitated, frustrated, and they will not hide their emotion this time around. King Charles's decision, when he made it and said, I'm not going to be, or he actually did not say anything, he kept it quiet, for which Harry freaked out. Harry said that, I didn't want you to intervene necessarily. This is what Harry said. All I wanted you, King Charles, was to stay away, step aside, so that the expert could handle the situation. Harry then accused not only his father for not helping the situation, but also the rest of the monarchy. And he said to them that because of you guys' influence, my security was not approved in UK by the judge. Now, we're talking about a psychopath who, I don't know how he comes up with anything in his illogical mind, but this guy basically said, even though my wife accused you, all of you, I mean, when she accuses one of the monarchy's family member, it is as if she has accused the entire monarchy of being a racist. For Prince Harry, it was like, because even though My wife accused you guys of racism, which is very, very severe accusation, something not to be taken lightly. But because even though my wife accused you guys of being racist, nevertheless, you should have helped her getting security in UK. Okay, that was really the bottom line of what he said throughout his interviews in many occasions, including the recent interview he gave to BBC, where he said that the British monarchy, they actually helped the judge to come to this conclusion that he should not be getting any security. All the while, Harry forgetting it was really not the judge who made the ultimate decision. Yes, he read it, but it was already decided by the people of UK, the British people, and also it was decided by the monarchy that they are not going to have this duplicitous duos to have any security other than the one they were getting, which is the basic minimum. And trust me, the British monarchy, they did not do anything. They were just watching. But for Harry, they should have stepped in. They should have done something in favor of his wife so that his wife would get security, who accused the family members of being racist. And this is the level of lunacy we're dealing with here when it comes to Prince Harry. I want you to take a listen a little bit more from this one, and then I'll make some comments.
Let me bring in my superstar panel now, Alex Phillips and Henry Bolton. Henry, you are obviously a security and defence expert. Do you believe at all what Harry is saying? Because if this were true, if what he was saying to the BBC were actually true, that would be an extraordinary turn of events, that members of Harry's own family, his father and brother, were conspiring with the British government and the British security services to put him at risk because for some reason they want to take him out. It's nuts, isn't it?
It's absolutely nuts, Dan. I've worked with the security services. I've worked with the police. I know people who've been in close protection for the Metropolitan Police and other police forces. It is nuts. And Harry, if you happen to be listening, which he's probably not, look, have a cup of coffee and take a holiday and think about this seriously, because you are talking absolute rubbish. The fact of the matter is that there are very few members of the royal family who get full-time protection. It is provided to working royals on a case-by-case basis, depending on what what events they're attending and so on. But the idea that he's in any way different is absolutely false and wrong. And the idea, the king has his audience with the Prime Minister, and there are contacts at all sorts of levels of government, including security. But the idea that the king could influence His Majesty's government in making decisions as to what the risk and the threat is to the national interest, which is why these people get security. It's not for a prestige thing, as Harry seems to think. The idea that the king could really influence that is for the birds. The government and the security services make the decisions on that, not the king. Although, in theory, I suppose he could order that it happen. But I think.
That could be actually a very good reason for which he's now getting the door slammed on him when it comes to getting security in the United States. And I 100% believe this story that U.S. government, U.S. security forces, they're taking note of that and not going to be providing the same level of security that they used to provide, especially after warning what happened with the New York car chase. If you do not remember, that happened 2 years ago. All of this drama, all of these antics of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, they're catching up on him after the court verdict in London. Let me know in the comment section below your thoughts. I will see you in the next one.